name Herbert Henry Drew may not be familiar to many of us, but this man's legacy is all around us, in the many buildings erected by Herbert Drew and his building firm. He is seen here in this photo being driven on a company trip to Salisbury. The late historian Arthur Lloyd described Herbert H. Drew as the most important builder in New Milton. The construction company H. Drew has built a large number of bungalows, flats, houses and other important buildings in the New Milton area. Herbert started his business in 1908 with his partner. In the early days, Herbert operated his business out of his house in Manor Road, which was called Coralie. Evidence of this can be seen in this estimate for building work on a property in Chewton dated 1911. Mrs. Drew also played a key role in the running of the business whilst also operating her own beauty salon in town called Janelle. Back in 1908, the process of home building was very different than today. A local newspaper offers a 4-bedroom, 2-attic home in East Boulder with half an acre of land for £500. H. Drew gained an immense reputation for high quality work. During the World Wars, construction was greatly reduced due to manpower. The business still advertised for work. One important local project completed during World War I in 1917 was the Indian Convalescent Home Memorial at the seafront in Barton-on-Sea. This is the memorial as we see it today. After the end of World War II, Herbert became very active in buying up land. Known locally as a good employer, evidence of this can be seen in this photo taken in the early 1930s as he took all of his staff on holiday. By 1946, Mr. Drew's son Dudley had taken control of the business. Drews employed many local tradesmen, such as Mr. Ralph Macy, who was part of the business in the early days, and he went on to become the managing director. A good example of the buildings constructed by H. Drew during the 1930s is the Westcliff building in the Sea Road, Barton-on-Sea, which is still in existence today. H. Drew was often used by Lymington Borough Council for several large housing projects, including the Davisfield estate off of Gore Road. By 1962, it was clear to Mr. Dudley Drew that land was becoming scarce, and he decided to focus on main contracting. Mr. Alan Mogg, a surveyor for the company, later became joint managing director, taking over solely when Mr. Macy retired. After this, the first hard-won contract was at Highcliffe Castle to build a beach cafe, completed in 1962. Sadly, it has since been demolished. H. Drew also made alterations to the Wheatsheaf pub, which is one of New Milton's oldest and loveliest buildings. The company was now focused in buying land, building houses and selling them. The business expanded across the south of England. In 1983, H. Drew bought a building firm in Exeter so as to expand the brand into the West Country. This still thrives today as the Jack White Partnership. Alan Mogg left the company in 1990 and Bill Rabbits took over as managing director. Business relationships grew, which brought in contracts such as Fareham Tertiary College, Verwood Community Centre, and also Bournemouth Hospital contracts. Also built was Enham Alamein, which landed the award for Regional Master Builder. Drews also built Milton Terrace in Weymouth. For this, Drews was nominated for several awards. Roebuck House, Southampton and Higher Farm, Blandford were other projects at this time. In the last 30 years, H. Drews have built some of the most recognised properties in New Milton, including the community centre and the town hall. Other projects included the Performing Arts Centre at Ballard School, and in 2013 they refurbished the recreation ground. Sadly, in 2018, after over 100 years of business, H. Drew went into administration, leaving millions in debt. Just before the end, H. Drew constructed the state-of-the-art tropical house at Marwell Zoo, which is the first in the UK to be powered by waste. From humble beginnings in 1908, Herbert H. Drew's high standards for quality work ensured a legacy where his creations around town impact everyone's lives for the better every day. As one of the creators of New Milton, Herbert Henry Drew is a true local hero. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and make sure you don't forget to subscribe to the channel.